Hello, I'm Philip Hanson, and today we're going to be having a little look at Ionic's new Grafter pole. This was launched earlier this year at the cleaning show, after about 18 months in development, and it's clear to me that this has been aimed at the residential window cleaner. I think, to give a good quality pole that has a decent reach and also that isn't too expensive. It comes in 5 sizes. This is actually the longest of the type, 32 feet in 7 sections. The shortest is a 17-foot pole in 3 sections. But something that you notice about these poles straight away is how short they are when they're collapsed, 4-foot sections. And when these poles are collapsed, they all close down to about 5.5 feet. Now, what that means to me is that this will be dead easy to use in a small van or even a car, if that's what you use. It's going to stow in there, no problem. It's going to be quite easy to use at ground level or where there's not much room to manoeuvre in confined spaces. Situations you quite often find with residential window cleaning. The clamps are Ionic's standard transverse clamps, the same as you'll find on their glider and swift poles, and they're easy to use. They have quite a lot of adjustment. You can take the levers off and turn them the other way around so that they're left-handed rather than right-handed, if that's what you prefer. The brush head is Ionic's standard double trim residential brush, which has the 2 lengths of bristles, the outer rows being a bit longer than the inside rows, so that they splay outwards while the inside rows do the scrubbing. And of course, adjustable angle crank so that you can change the angle of the brush head. Something that you do notice about this pole when you very first pick it up is that the surface is sheeny, almost silky. I've not seen that before on a glass fibre pole, although I should point out this isn't entirely glass fibre, it's about 25% carbon fibre, but nevertheless that surface is something which I think is pretty unique. As far as weight goes, this 32-footer weighs at about just under 3 kilograms. The 17-foot pole, the smallest of the range, weighs in at about 1.5 kilos. So weight shouldn't be a problem, I don't think, for anybody. The real question, of course, is what's it like to use? So we've arranged to try this pole out on a real window cleaning job. We've come to a real live window cleaning job to test out this Grafter. We've bought the 32-foot one, which is probably more than we'll need for this particular job, but it'll be a good test to see whether it's easy to manoeuvre at ground level and in confined spaces. So in quite a confined space like this little stairway is, these short sections are really useful. It's wider than the glider, that's for sure, but the short sections do mean it's handy for ground floor like this. So, that's the Grafter pole. A good pole, I think, a good all-round pole. The quality is definitely there, as you might expect from Ionic, and the weight is not bad at all. I don't think it's quite as nice as Ionic's glider pole, I have to say that. It's a little bit heavier and a little bit wider than the glider, and I think if you have used a glider, you would notice the difference. But having said that, it's also less than half the price. I think if you were a residential window cleaner who had work mainly at the sort of 20-foot height, but you just occasionally needed to go a little bit higher, maybe to reach Velux windows or the odd townhouse, then I think this would be the ideal pole for that. On the other hand, if most of your work is at 30 feet, and you find you needed to clean at that height regularly, then you could do that with this pole. I don't think you'd go too far wrong with it, but you would probably find it'd be worth spending a little bit more money and going for the glider, purely because it's that little bit lighter and that little bit narrower. But having said that, I think that for the price, this will be a popular pole. I think many window cleaners will find it's just exactly what they need, if for no other reason than the shortness of the sections. I think that small collapsed length will be a big attraction. Well, you can read more about this pole and other poles, as it happens, here at the Professional Window Cleaner blog, which is professionalwindowcleaner.co.uk. The next few weeks we'll be reviewing the Grafter Plus, which is similar to the Grafter, but has a greater carbon fibre content and promises to be slightly lighter and a little bit more rigid.